Hello and welcome to a quick training for setting up your nutrition app. In this video we're going to go over the basics of setting up your profile and the tracking and planning tools in the food app. So once you've created a username and password, you can go ahead and create your profile. So we'll go ahead and continue. First, choose gender. For ladies there are pregnancy and nursing options. After gender, choose activity level, so it can go anywhere from sedentary with a desk job with little to no exercise up to extremely active with hard daily exercise or sports. After activity level, choose date of birth. Then we'll choose a current weight and a weight goal. I'm going to weigh in here at 179 with a goal to lose 9 pounds and end up at 170. There's also metric settings if you prefer that. After we choose height, there is optional data, so you may be working with a trainer or have your body fat percentage. This can be skipped at this time, but if you do have that data, you can enter in percent body fat or other additional info. Then the program will personalize, setting up goals not only for calories and macronutrients, but also for vitamins and minerals, recommended daily allowances personalized to your goals. So it gives an explanation of how the goal was reached. So just skim over the basics here. Basal metabolic rate explains what my body needs at rest and fasting, and then how my activity level raises above my basal metabolic rate. And then since I chose weight loss for a goal, a healthy rate of weight loss is typically between 1 and 2 pounds per week, 500 to 1,000 fewer calories per day. So that's what comes up with my goal of 2,114 to 2,614 calories per day. And of course, the program is about fueling your body properly, so whether it's to maintain or gain weight, we have many athletes who use the program, everything can be set up accordingly. So after the initial setup, you'd get started. The app will take you through a process of installing the app on your phone, on your iPhone or Android or tablet. If you've accessed the program through a computer, there's a simple option of texting the link to your phone, to your mobile device, and installing the app. After that, we'll go into the food app. So we'll go ahead and access that. Now, in the food app, I've already journaled a breakfast here, and you can see I have my peanut butter, oatmeal, and banana, totals up my calories. On the top right, I have my calorie goal. And we're going to go over the tracking and how the nutrient report card on the left works. We're going to go over that first. But briefly before that, I'm going to show a database of meal plans. So if you'd like to have a starting point, a good default list to go with, these are meal plans that have been created in the system that are held to a very high standard and balanced on recommended daily allowances. And I can go through and filter and say I'd like a meal plan to contain strawberries and avocado or broccoli or whatever foods I'd like, import that into my day and have a really good starting point to either use or make some edits and save myself. So we'll come back to this. Let's go back now to the food log and just look at the basics of tracking. Now, on my day so far, I've put in my tablespoon of peanut butter, half cup of dry oats, medium banana, totals up my calories and macronutrients here. Now the system, in addition to tracking macros and calories, based on the settings that I put in, this report card for my vitamins and minerals, it balances 26 nutrients specific to my goals. So we're going to add a couple foods and then look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and add something to lunch. We'll start out by going up to Find Foods. So I'm going to type in, let's say, add some broccoli. Now any of the foods that I have starred means I have them saved to my favorites, and we'll look at that in a moment. I'm going to start out by just clicking on the food and adding it into lunch. So we'll bring it up, and I have florets as my default measurement by the cup. I'm going to go ahead and weigh. So I can either slide here or hold my thumb down and just type in 6. So I'll say I had 6 ounces that I dropped on the scale and add that to lunch. That'll add that into lunch, and you'll notice some of the grades on the report card have changed. So vitamin C, ascorbic acid, has gone to an A on the report card. So I can click on this grade and see that my recommended daily allowance, I've gone to 188% and exceeded that goal. I have an A now on the report card. Now the system's going to give me suggestions to help balance those micronutrients. Any of the foods that I have starred will be saved to my favorites. So to access my lunch favorites, I can hit on the plus right here to the right of my meal. And all the foods that I've starred and added to my day are within this menu. Now, you can see next to salmon, for example, B12 and selenium are rich in that food. Almonds, vitamin E, and copper. And what's happening is it's pushing foods to the top, and the length of the blue line indicates how well the foods match my current need. Now, for someone who's vegetarian or just wanted different foods, for example, I can always click on these foods and unstar them, so I could remove them from my lunch or dinner. So this can all be personalized to each user's specific goals. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some salmon. Let's say right here for B12 and selenium, I'll drop in this can. It has a half can of salmon. Let's say I go ahead and put on a whole 7-ounce can of salmon for lunch. Add that in. My B12 I see just went to an A. Everything on the menu re-ranks itself, and I have some other suggestions of walnuts or beets or whatever foods that I may want to add. So walnuts, for example, omega-3 and omega-6, I can see just at a glance that my omega-3 is low. I'm going to go ahead and add in a 1/4 cup into my lunch, drop that in, and I see my omega-3 just went to an A. Now with a nutrient like omega-3, my target is 1.6 to 3.2. So for nutrients that have an upper limit, you would actually go over, and it would reflect that on the report card. Now, I can continue to build and plan and focus on my macronutrient goals and see full nutrient facts by clicking on the pie graph at the top for the total. I can also check by each meal by clicking on the arrow right next to the calorie total for that meal. So once I've created a meal plan, I can also save and star up here on the top and save that full meal plan to favorites. So let's look at a little bit of saving plans, and then we'll go in and look at the balanced menus that you can choose from. So if I wanted to save a full meal plan, I can click the star on the top. I can also click, let's say this breakfast, for example, star that and save the breakfast to my favorites. That will allow me, when I click on my breakfast menu, as a default it always brings out the food menu, but I can access any of my saved meals by clicking here on meals and add that in. Also, another thing on journaling, I'm going to swipe over to the next day. Maybe you're working with a coach or someone for accountability. If I, instead of tracking and journaling each food for the calorie totals, there's also an option of just snapping a photo or leaving a note on the plan. So you can pop in and type a note there and leave that along with your food log. Now, if I'm starting out a day empty, let's go here to Monday, and let's say I want to start with a default meal plan and maybe make some edits or just follow it as is. I can come down to the Find a Meal Plan button, and that brings up a full database of plans that are within my calorie range and held to a very high standard for balanced micronutrients on the report card. Now, to narrow this down, I can choose foods that I like, and let's say I want to have some strawberries in the plan. Every meal plan that's left in this filter contains strawberries. So I recommend choosing something from each category. Maybe I want to have avocado. We'll do sweet potato and spinach. Let's get some salmon here. So must include all these foods that I've added in. Now, go ahead and choose one of these plans. I'm going to take this one right here, 2,412 calories. Click on it. It's going to bring up my calendar, or I'll select log, and then it will bring up my calendar. So I'll choose a day. Go ahead and add it to Monday. So it'll confirm added to my food log. I can open my food log. So it takes me into the food log for Monday. I'm within my calorie range, and using simple food combinations that are easy to follow, I've reached micronutrient balance based on my recommended daily allowances as defined by the Institute of Medicine. So each one of these grades, omega-3, 2.9 grams, 1.6 to 3.2. So if I wanted to follow this as is, I can use this on my food log, and if there are adjustments I want to make, it's very easy to the right of each food to delete and swap something. So let's say for lunch, just as an example, I want to remove turkey. I could take that out. Looks like my omega-6 went down a little bit, but anytime I go back into my menu, it's always looking where I can replace whatever micronutrients I may have taken away. So not only are you getting a meal plan that's within your recommended calorie range, but also the system is helping use real foods to eat a wide range of nutrients from foods that you like and star. Again, to star things and add to favorites, you just click on the star, choose which meals you'd like them to be in, and you save it. To remove anything from the list, you would click, and let's just say, for example, I have little cheat food chips in here. Maybe I want to go to the next level, stop eating chips. I can take that out of there, unstar, and next time you load the app, they will no longer be there. So that's the tracking basics. Also, any content that you've saved will be down here on the favorites. So any full meal plans you've saved are here, any meals or recipes. So as a coach, coach and client can share content back and forth. So any recipes I've created have been saved here, and you can even add photos and videos to those recipes and share them, take you into your messenger, or go ahead and log that recipe onto a day. So a very easy editor to build, add videos, add pictures, and we'll go into some more of the building basics and more advanced features on another video. But at this point, that's the end of this basic training video, and thanks for your time.